How to boost our immunity system? Immunity system is the ultimate defense against any infection, including the novel coronavirus. Strengthening the immunity system is the best way to face this pandemic. Remember, tomorrow, if vaccines are discovered, vaccine is not really a cure, is not a medicine for the disease. Vaccine triggers the immunity system. It prepares the immunity system in order to face this viral attack in a better way. So finally, it is the immunity system which saves us, which encounters the viral attack. So now, how to strengthen the immunity system? Number one, there are certain nutrients which need to be taken to strengthen our immunity system. Number one is protein. Generally, the food that we take, whether it is South Indian kind of food or North Indian kind of food, it is mostly made up of, it constitutes carbohydrates. On an average, one can tell that 80% of what we eat, whether it is rice or wheat, roti, 80% of what goes into our stomach on an average constitutes carbohydrates. This is not a proper diet. There should be enough proteins in the diet that we eat. So now what are the sources of protein? To start with, for vegetarians, soya chunks that are available in the market, and paneer. Also nuts like groundnuts, dry fruits, legumes, pali. Okay, so the main source of protein, I would say, is paneer. Maybe taking paneer twice in a week would be sufficient for the protein intake. In fact, ensure that there is enough amount of proteins. Some nuts are added, legumes, pali is there in your meal. And for non-vegetarians, chicken, fish, white yolk of the egg. Also, apart from fish, the other seafood is they are very good sources of protein. Chicken, in fact, has got chicken and also mushrooms. In fact, mushrooms, though a vegetarian food, most of the vegetarians don't like it. So mushrooms are also a good source of protein. Taking chicken or egg at least twice in a week, sufficient quantity is required. Remember, this pandemic will not last forever. Even though there could be budgetary constraints for some people, health is important. So ensure that you take enough protein, and children, since they are growing, they need more protein. Protein is the basic body building unit in the food, as a part of nutrition. The second important one is iron. Remember, hemoglobin, the molecule which carries oxygen to the different parts of the blood. This coronavirus, according to one study, impairs this hemoglobin. So, in order to have better immunity system, the food that we take should be rich in iron. Palak is the best source of iron. Any dark leafy vegetables, the darkness comes because of the presence of iron. Any dark leafy vegetables, again soya beans, lentils like masoor ki dal, etc. Nuts, dark chocolate, these are some of the good sources of iron. So ensure that your food at least has got one of these items. Palak, once again, any dark leafy vegetable. In fact, these leafy vegetables also supply enough roughage, which is very important to keep the body in a proper condition. Many people, they don't take roughage and they experience difficulty in the bowel movements. So these leafy vegetables are very, very important. Ensure that there is some leafy vegetable in every day's meal, at least one meal during the course of a day. And zinc is an important element which fights against the virus. Very, very important. Non-vegetarians are lucky here. Chicken has got zinc, fish, meat, all these things have got enough zinc. For vegetarians, chana, cashews, almonds, and the easiest way would be kismis. Just 3 kismis, 3 pieces of kismis to every person in the house, maybe as a part of the breakfast. This is sufficient to supply zinc for that day. It will not cost much, just 3 pieces per person per day. Zinc is very, 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 very essential. And yet another one is C vitamin. C vitamin is so simple, so easy to get. Lemon or orange or any citrus fruit. Lemon, for example, just half lemon per day per person. One can add lemon to hot water and honey and drink in the morning. That cleanses the blood also. Or just add a dash of lemon juice to your curry, whatever, veg curry or non-veg curry. So half a lemon every day will supply sufficient C vitamin. C vitamin is very important in boosting the immunity system. Yet another important one is glycine. This virus, coronavirus, when it starts multiplying in the body, it consumes glycine that is there in our body, in our systems, in the organs. So the glycine level in the body depletes, goes down. As a result, it leads to a number of chain reactions like our own immunity system acting against us. In other words, to put it in simple words, it can lead to failure of kidney, damage to the nervous system as well. So if there is enough glycine in the body, we should supply excess glycine. In case virus enters the body, it starts using the glycine. So if there is additional level of glycine in the body, then our body will not face this problem of glycine deficiency. So to supply glycine, for non-vegetarians, almost all these things come from chicken, seafood, meat. So proteins come from chicken, even zinc comes from chicken, even glycine comes from chicken. So that's what I said. 2 meal a week having chicken, and another 2 meal in the week egg. For now vegetarians, the rich sources of glycine, legumes again, peanuts, soybean, milk products, milk or curd, and palak, cabbage. These are some of the rich sources of glycine to our body. And the most important, in fact number 1 is D vitamin. Most of the people, they neglect this. I was in touch with a number of people during the last 3 months. I'm receiving lots of information about COVID. In fact, many doctors are forwarding my messages to their family groups. I've done a lot of research, not exactly a laboratory based research, but collecting information, talking to doctors, and using my own observations and all these things. It is said that even some youngsters are dying out of COVID. Generally, it is believed that youngsters are safe. So when this news was given to me at different points of time, for example, one officer who works in Delhi, he messaged me saying that, Amarnath, you said youngsters are not at risk, but here is a person, my friend, who is 33-year-old. He doesn't have any comorbidity, which means no BP, heart attack, etc. But he died yesterday. So what do you say? I asked him kindly check his D vitamin levels. Next day he messaged that yes, he was deadly short of D vitamin and also some B12 vitamin he messaged. So D vitamin is very, 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 very important. In fact, number 1 out of all these things. And it is so simple. Don't depend on tablets or injections. There is a lot of controversy. Doctors recommend tablets, but the kind of research that I have done is, it's so simple. Just expose your skin to sunlight for 15 minutes a day. Then half of the job is done. You are COVID, ready to take on COVID to the extent of 50%. D vitamin is so important and very simple, 15 minutes a day, any point of time. In fact, more the intensity of sunlight, the better, people are telling. So even though some doctors differ with this, they say that early morning light, evening light, the orange light is good. But there are studies which say that the more the intensity of light, of course, now the summer has gone, we will not get summer stroke. So whatever day of time, depending on your suitability, expose yourself to 15 to 20 minutes. And this should happen every day. If you are not able to do it every day, if you are doing it for 3 days a week, then double the time, 30 minutes. Okay, hands and face, at least Indian conditions being what it is, we cannot expose all the parts of the body. So at least hands and face should be exposed to sunlight. D vitamin is very, very important. And most important point is one should be stress free. Lot of panic is there in the society today. People are made to believe that it is a deadly disease which can kill anybody. Lots of misinformation, half-cooked information is being circulated. In a way, media is creating a panic, whatever the reason behind that. Need not. Yes, I've been telling repeatedly for the last 3 months, one should be cautious. Negligence is bad. At the same time, one should not be panic. Panic is bad, negligence is bad, adequate precautions. Like when you are going out, SMS, wearing a mask, sanitizing yourself and maintaining physical distancing. So no need to panic. I am in touch with, in fact, today morning itself I have counseled 2 families. In one family, 11 people, all of them are having COVID. And all of them are out now. Just one elderly person, he is having some problem, but he is also 80% out of the danger. Remember, 80% of the people don't even experience symptoms. And another 19 to 19.5% of the people, they experience mild symptoms. So absolutely no worry for them. Only people whose immunity levels are low, who are above 65. In fact, even that is also wrong. Somebody can be 35, but if the immunity levels are low, that person is equal to 80-year-old person. Somebody can be 75-year-old. There was a couple from Kerala. The husband was 93-year-old and wife was 89-year-old. They came out of corona attack and now they are happy. They are healthy now. So it's not really the age, but generally, as one grows old, the immunity level comes down. So we should be cautious about elderly people and people who are having comorbidities, that is having 2 or 3, at least 2 categories of lifestyle or other diseases like high BP, not normal BP, I mean not slightly high BP, very high BP, very high diabetes levels, undergoing treatment for cancer, such like deadly diseases. In their case, it can prove fatal. So we should isolate them. We should take care of them. Take extra care of them. Others, eat right, stay active, stay positive. Surely this phase shall pass soon. Stay safe. Thank you very much. Signing off, Vasireddy Amarnath.